Well, good day to everybody. We're in, I guess, starting week 2 of our coronavirus shutdown, lockdown, isolation, whatever you want to call it. And I haven't done a video in a little while because we've been pretty busy with this virus thing and closing up a couple of businesses that we operate. But I do have a project back on the bench, and I'm going to take you around and I'm going to show you what's going on. And it's another vintage twin reverb issue that we're going to be looking at today. So if you're interested in this one, stand by. And sitting right there is our little project for today, and we have a 1970-ish vintage blackface twin reverb, and we have a slight problem with it. We're going to see if we can work it out or not, but I'm going to try to demonstrate to you what the problem is. And if I take you over here, I want you to listen to this. If you can hear that tick, 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 tick going on, this is the problem we have with this right now, is that the vibrato has got this, it's a known problem. It's a tick, tick, tick that goes on in the background. So not too bad if you're playing live. I've got the intensity up about 6. And hopefully you can hear that. So like I say, if you're playing live, not a problem. As soon as you start playing that tick, 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 obviously you can't hear it no more because the sound is going to stifle that in the background. But if you're sitting in a studio environment using this, and you know, you're the lead guitar player and you're not playing at all, the last thing you want is that tick, tick, tick coming into your studio mix. So we're going to see if we can do something to eliminate that. And there is a mod out on it, so we're going to be seeing what we can do about that today. So if you want to see that mod and see what it's about and how to do it, stay tuned. Over and out. Well, we're going to start just some basic troubleshooting on this guy. So you can hear it still tick, tick. Tick, tick still going on in the background there. So right now I have a cable plugged into my vibrato channel here, and I basically got the intensity set around 6 or 7. I got the speed around 6 or 7, and I've got everything set pretty well. You can see I'll put the treble at 4, mid at 4, bass at 4, and I've got the volume over here set at about 7, even down to 6, even down to 5, and still here that background tick going on. So I got my cable plugged in. I've got my my vintage Les Paul sitting over here, plugged in, set to go. And the first thing we're going to do before we do anything else, I'm just going to go around to the back of the unit here, and just to eliminate the potential of a problem with the foot switch here. What we're going to do is we're going to pull out the vibrato RCA plug here. So we've totally removed it right out of the back. And basically what this RCA does, going down to this foot switch here, when you press the vibrato switch, it puts a dead short on. So if I was to put an RCA plug in here with a dead short on it, that would be exactly the same thing as pushing that foot switch on the vibrato side. So now this eliminates the chances of a foot switch problem, or a cable problem, RCA problem going from the foot switch into the amp. And you can hear still we still have the tick tick going on in the background, even though we've eliminated the foot switch. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to step through the different plugs here, and I'm going to make sure that that tick tick is happening on both the vibrato channels. And I don't know if there's been a mod done to extend the vibrato over to the other left side here, but I'm going to plug in, you know, I'm going to check that as well and see if that's going on. We're not sure yet. I don't know but we're going to check that out as well. I noticed that he's got the setting, customer have this set on bright, and it makes no difference at all on the Tic-Tic going on. So we shall see. Stand by. This is a little interesting, folks. Just some more information before we start troubleshooting this. Right now I plugged in to the, see, I got my guitar cord plugged into the left here on channel 1 on the normal side. I've actually disconnected around the back. I'll take you around the back. I've basically disconnected the foot switch right out of the back of the amp. So in other words, there's no way for the reverb or the vibrato to even be turned on at this point in time. That's been eliminated. And yet if I go around here to the front here, you can still hear the Tic-Tic going on in the background. And even with the volume turned right off on both sides, still got the Tic-Tic going in the background. And the intensity does absolutely nothing. And the speed you can hear it. That's interesting, because when I get the speed down to 1 or 2, Tic-Tic's gone. That's an interesting thing. So playing with the speed control on this blackface stops the Tic-Tic in the background. And at this point in time, the Tic-Tic's gone. You see that? Intensity up. Let's try that again. Put the intensity up to 10. Tic-Tic's gone at 3. Got some Tic-Tic at 9. Ten, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So the speed control at 3 or less, no Tic-Tic. I got it up to 8 now and it came back. See, that's gone at 3. Sometimes it comes and goes, eh? Now it's gone. This is one of the hardest problems you're going to shoot on an amp like this, where you've got an intermittent problem. There, it just came back on by itself. Like I was saying, this is where you have a hard problem, where you've got a situation where the problem is off and on, off and on, off and on. But I do know that with the volumes off, and I do know the intensity's up at 10, don't matter where it's at, And if I play with the speed of the vibrato, you can hear it going down. Hear it going down. It's at 4. Now watch. Gone. Interesting little problem. So stay tuned if you're interested in seeing what I'm going to do. Over and out.